Women Taking the Lead, bonus episode number 8.
Hello, my name is Jody Flynn and welcome to Women Taking the Lead, where we are all about creating blasts of inspiration to help you overcome self-doubt so you can lead with confidence, integrity, and a sense of humor. Head over to womentakingthelead.com to get the solutions to your top 5 leadership challenges. Now, your future awaits, so let's get started.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this 8th bonus episode. How has your week gone? My goodness. I wanted to talk to you today about something I feel very passionately about, and it's that leadership does not require a title, right? So I want to start with kind of a question. What is the definition of a leader, and what am I talking about when I refer to taking the lead? In my view, a leader is not limited to the person heading up a group. It is well recorded in history that certain famous individuals became leaders not because they sought the role. Rather, they were living according to their values and following their conscience, and that inspired others to join them on their journey, and they were nudged into taking authority. And I remember from my corporate days learning the distinction between the position of leader and being an actual leader. Though often the same person had the position of leader and was the actual leader, it wasn't always the case. The person who had the title or position of leader was not always the person that eyes wandered to when important announcements were being made. The person the eyes wandered to, that was the person that people were actually taking their cues from. However that person responded to the announcement would influence how other people responded. So what had this person be so special? Well, they were usually really good at forming close relationships. They didn't have to be outgoing, but people had a good sense of who they were as an individual and where they stood on common issues. They were responsible, really getting to the core of what it means to be responsible, the ability to respond, meaning they would respond to what was going on around them. They weren't waiting for someone to give them direction or permission. If they saw a problem, they would get involved. Appropriately or inappropriately, it didn't matter, but they were somehow involved to address it. These people also had an awareness of themselves. They knew what they liked, they knew what they didn't like. They could compromise and collaborate with others, and they weren't complying because they didn't have an opinion. They were just choosing their battles and thinking about the good of the group. And this awareness also extended to their strengths and weaknesses. Though we're all continually getting to know more about ourselves, these individuals seem to have a better sense of what they wanted to call attention to and what areas or characteristics they wanted to downplay. They also knew their sphere of influence. They knew who would go along with their ideas and who would need convincing and how to convince them. Sometimes these individuals could be convinced to take on the position of leader if they didn't have it already, and sometimes their preference was to lead from the trenches. In my view, someone is taking the lead when they're responding to what is going on inside of them or around them. They're not waiting for permission to respond or to respond in a way that feels good for them. They are responding. When I first started the Women Taking the Lead podcast, my thought was I wanted to inspire women to take initiative and be change makers in their professions or their business. But since launching, my intentions have broadened. I want to inspire women to take initiative and be change makers in any area of their life they're drawn to. And here's what I know. When you make changes in one area of your life, it ripples over to other areas because in order to cause change, we have to change who we're being. And when we change who we're being in one area, we naturally take that evolved version of ourselves into other areas. If you are taking the lead in your health and wellness and are gaining confidence in that area, it will ripple into having more confidence in your finances, your relationships, your spiritual awareness, and so on. If taking the lead for you means you're going to do something about the lack of fun you've been experiencing lately, I'm here to support you. I know that by making sure you're having more fun, you'll have more energy and enthusiasm overall that you can put toward anything you like. And if taking the lead means you finally say no to that group or association that no longer serves you, I've got a virtual high five for you. Because I know that by saying no to this obligation, you'll be able to say yes and give more of yourself to the things that are truly important to you, reflect your values, and feed your soul. And here are some steps you can take to begin taking the lead in your life if you haven't already. Take stock of where your attention is drawn. Your attention might get pulled in certain directions because you want more or you want less of whatever it is getting your attention. So for instance, for me right now, my fitness and nutrition keep pulling on my attention, mostly because I would like to feel tired less and have more energy, right? So those things that are bothering me, they're getting my attention. Secondly, visualize what you want, how you want it. How would life be if you had more of what you want and less of what you don't want? Really imagine the details of what that would look like. How would it feel in your body? How much fun would you be having? What would you be doing with your extra time, energy, or money? Third, set goals and choose goals wisely. And choose goals that are worthy of you. I'm going to, in the blog post accompanying this episode, I'm going to link back to the post I wrote about how to choose goals that are worthy of you. So if you don't know that process, go back and review it. So choose goals that would take you from where you are now to what you visualize. For the example I gave about my health and wellness, I'm being more active and moving more. I'm getting more vegetables in throughout the day, and I'm cutting back on alcohol. And I just have to say this, because this is my choice. Alcohol for me is an energy drainer, but it may not be for you. Pay attention to your body when you consume different foods and drinks. For me, I notice when I start drinking, I get really tired, right? And I might feel tired the next day too. Not hungover, just tired. That's something I've been noticing over the months and years of my life. And so if I want more energy, I know I have to cut back on alcohol, and sometimes it's got to go. All right. Fourth, declare your intention. Don't keep it to yourself. Tell others about it. Talking about your goals out loud will make them more real and will give you some energy and momentum. And for those of you who get a lot from accountability, this may also be some accountability for you. The more people who know what you're up to, the more people who, when they check in on occasion, are going to ask you how it's going, and knowing that people are going to ask you might make you more mindful to keep on track with everything. Okay, 5. Lastly, take action. Respond. Respond in a way that is true to you and honors your values. Continue to share your progress with trusted friends and partners. And now that's what I call taking the lead in your life. All right, go to the post that accompanies this episode, and in the comments below, tell me about a particular area that you have in mind and what you're going to do about it. Right? Share it with all of us. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you all for helping to have this podcast grow. Thank you all for the reviews that you've been leaving in iTunes and the testimonials you've been given for the show. And for me, I'm so grateful and so appreciative. So have a wonderful week and let me know what I can do for you.
Thank you for joining me on Women Taking the Lead. Were you inspired to take some action today, but maybe don't know where to start? Or maybe you have so many great ideas you can't decide where to focus your attention. Don't let stress or overwhelm stop you from having the career, the business, or the life you want to live. Head over to womentakingthelead.com/coaching or use the short link womentl.com/coaching to sign up for a consultation with me. And to strengthen you on your leadership journey, I'd like to send you off with a quote from Marianne Williamson, so here goes. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, It's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Again, thank you for joining me, and here's to your success.